Well, hey crafty friends, it's Heidi Scott with DIY Dreaming, and on this video tutorial we're going to make something really fun for Easter. We're going to be making something very similar to this. It is a canvas stuck blue and green Easter egg stuffy that you could hang inside your home, or you could put it, you know, at the front door. You can make this all different sizes. And I'm going to tell you the whole thing start to finish, give you tons of ideas, give you this supply list. So anyways, as you're hopping on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from, feel free to sprinkle. Okay, so this is where we're going, but we'll do different doodly-doos. But this is the general idea. I made this a couple of days ago in preparation for today. Okay, so what does the project involve? Well, first thing is it involves canvas duck, which is one of my very favorite things to craft with. Canvas duck is just a really thick canvas that you can purchase at a fabric store. Sometimes you can find it online. Sometimes you can find it, you know, at some place like Hobby Lobby, Walmart, if they have a fabric department, that kind of thing. Buy the thickest that you can possibly get. This first one that I did, I made with white canvas duck, but I did not have very much left of this. So the next two that we're going to make, I'm going to make with this more of a, I don't know, oatmealish creamy color canvas duck. Okay, so first thing I did, I have too many things. Let me find a spot for this. First thing I did, or first thing that you would do, is you're going to, here it is, cut out your canvas, and you know, I just eyeballed this. It gets a little wrinkly, and you can make those wrinkles lay flat. But anyways, I just cut out an Easter egg shape, a front and a back. And then I laid them on, this is a cake board from Walmart. It's great for this particular project. And these are the colors of paint that I used. This is called Dusk. It's a Waverly acrylic paint, matte finish, no prep chalk paste from Walmart. Dusk. This one is called Pool. And this one is called Celery. So I used some painter's tape to put this on my board to paint it, and then I threw it outside in the sunshine. And I did the top and the bottom. So the top I did in Pool, and the bottom area I did in Dusk. Okay, so let me just get my painter's tape off. And I ended up using some thumbtacks to hold it down because it was not wanting to lay flat. Okay, so here's the top and the bottom, and I'm going to show you just how super easy it is to paint the middle section. And then we will move on to the polka dots. I see Tammy, I see Melanie. As you're hopping on, say hello. Tell me what you're up to. Are you crafting today? Okay, this, just so you know, I love this paint from Walmart, this Waverly paint, but it is thick. I mean, seriously thick. So, and I want to put an apron on real quick and get some water before I do this. Okay, so I'm just going to use a crummy paintbrush, put a whole big blob of this on here, and then I'm going to add a little bit of distilled water to it, just to thin it out a little bit because it is super thick. You could retape this if you wanted, but I don't think you need to. I mean, I'm pretty shaky and I can't draw or paint a straight line, but This paint is also super affordable. So you guys are definitely going to want to do this. I can almost guarantee that. And the project is quick and easy. This one isn't going to involve any stencils. It's just going to involve these fun little pouncer brushes from Walmart or from any craft store. These are super affordable. You can do it in absolutely any color that you like. Just do this top area and then we'll set it aside. I'll probably take it, let me just get my brush wet. I'll probably just take it outside this afternoon and let it dry in the sunshine. And then I will finish this one up off camera, but we're going to do the other one that I've already got ready to go. We're going to take it all the way to the end. So if you missed the beginning, this is Canvas Duck from a fabric store. When I am working with Canvas Duck, I do not wash it beforehand like I do when I am working with Painter's Drop Cloth. You don't want to wash it. Okay, so see? And you can do any color combination that you like. I just felt like doing something different. So that's why I picked these colors, which are Pool, Dusk, and Celery. And then we're going to use some white also. Okay, so this is the one that I have been working on, and to make the polka dots, let me just show you that, and we'll add one or two more. Just looking. I used one of these pouncer brush things that you can pick up. They're great, and I just used some white paint that I poured out on a paper plate. Good morning, Patsy. Hi, Melanie. Hey, Tammy. This is the same brand. It's that Waverly. I'm just going to pounce my little pouncer brush in here. And then let's do this on the other one so that this is not wet when I'm trying to move ahead to the next step. So I'll do it in one of these areas that are already dry. So then I will just set it down, push it down, and twist it just a little bit. And there you go. That is perfect polka dot. That's all there is to it. Let's do a couple more while we're here. I do like to also make some of my polka dots kind of go off the edges. So I'll show you what that is. I'm just going to put half of my pouncer on the fabric and half not. And I just will put these on in a completely random pattern. And that is it. Okay, so that was the next step. All right, and this is where I am with it now. I did these polka dots last night. Okay, this is the front and this is the back. And what we're going to do now, oh, I guess I'm going to need this, is we're going to do the embellishment, which is where it gets really fun. Then we'll dry it. Then we'll make a bow. Then I'll show you how to stuff it and hang it. Okay, do you know about these pins? Tell me if you do in the comments. Tell me yes or no if you've ever heard of these. These are from magnoliadiy.com. I use these every week, sometimes more than once. And they just had a ton of personality. You can use them on hard projects, on soft projects. You can use the ink even on something like a t-shirt or a tea towel or a tote bag or a pillow. But anyway, so this is the set I love, and I'm kind of boring. They have a bunch of different colors, but I like this one. It is white, black, silver, and gold in chalk paste. The white here are chalk paste, and ink. White, black, silver, and gold. And I'm going to just use the ink in black and in white. And this one I went crazy with experimenting. I really did. I did tons of dots and lines and so forth and circles. It's all personal preference, what appeals to you. This one I'm going to do a little bit simpler, I think. Just trying to decide what do I want. Let's do most of our embellishment in black, and let's start with the outside. Okay, let me see if I can bring my camera down a little bit. Marlee says she has those. Brenda says she has them. These are the best. And there's so many things you can do, from line, dot, 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 line, dot, 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 squiggle, dot. I'm going to do curlicues on this one, is what I decided, around the edge. There's some little dots. Now I'll come back and go over it a second time. When I do these, I like to have my lines be not all the same length. I'm just priming my pen. So tell me if you have ever made stuffies. And gosh, I would love to see pictures if you have. Look how cute that is. I have to get this part finished before we move on to the stuffing. So let me just crank that out. And don't worry if you find that after you paint your canvas that it wants to curl up. That is perfectly normal. And when you glue it to the back piece, it will lay flat. So if you missed the beginning, this is Canvas Duck. This one I'm working on, I did with the oatmeal colored Canvas Duck. The first one that I showed you that's completed, I used white Canvas Duck on. And then these are just painted. And then they're polka dotted with Waverly paint, nothing hard about that. It's going to be super cute. I am now going to add a few little, like, I don't know, shading sort of inside my polka dots. I almost always do that. Don't want to smudge anything. I'm going to use my hair dryer for a moment to get this a little bit dry. We'll touch it up. Gloria says she still needs to get these pins. Brenda, will what be seen when it's glued together? This area right here. Once it is stuffed and glued, it should lay down nice and flat. Oops. I do want to show you an example of something like this that you could make using stencils if you want. Okay, let me just try this a little bit more. Will the squiggles and dots show when you stuff it? Yeah, totally. Where my lines are, and I haven't done this before, but let's try it. What the heck? I could add white in here too, and I may come back and do that. I don't know. I'm going to do dots right on the These pins last forever, by the way. I mean, they seriously do. And they're super affordable. You get 8 for like, I don't know, $14.99 or something like that. Have to all be perfectly spaced, obviously. You can see that I'm not doing a very good job with that. And seriously, you can do squiggles, zigzags. Brenda says she loves this project. Good morning, Celia. Okay, now normally I would just let this all dry on its own, but do you want to stand around for 20 minutes and wait? Nope, I don't either. Okay, so let's glue the back on it. I'll show you how to trim it up. We'll make a bow. I'll show you what I am doing for the top. And we'll trim it up. And just so you know, when you paint canvas, it has a tendency to shrink a little bit. So I've already trimmed the back of this up, but sometimes you're going to find that it's smaller than the back if you did it, if you painted it. Okay, so I'm gonna leave an area open. Whoops, and I forgot something important. Let's do the hanger first. Let me see. Gotta let that dry. Okay, all I did for my hanger for this one was I just took some of this stuff, what is this even called? I don't know what it's called, but it came with my Bodabra, okay? And I strung some white beads on it, tied it in a knot, get some scissors. This afternoon I will post pictures of some of the stuffies that I have made over the years, because I have seriously made so darn many. Let's just glue this on the top, on the back. And this is low temperature glue, but even still I just don't want to get burned. So I'm not going to put my fingers in it. Let that dry up a little bit. What going on here? Hi, Sandy. Oh, thank you, Brenda. She says my blouse is cute. This is the first time I've worn it. Do you want to know more? Okay, so I'm done with the really messy part, which was the painting that green. So it just came from the loft recently. I never shop there unless they have a big sale, 40 or 50% off. And I just thought it was cute. It should hold up pretty good. It'll be, I think, cute this spring and summer with a little white denim skirt, with some white jeans, with some white shorts. And it's kind of a orangey red color. Thank you. Okay. Nope, it's still sticky. I need to let that dry enough that it won't stick to the front. So we can start gluing over here. And I'm going to leave one side of it open. To be able to stuff it. Glue these two together. I'll trim the edges up. Once it's stuffed, it's not going to look like it's curling, like it kind of looks like it's wanting to do right now. need some more glue. I'm going to leave my opening on the side towards the middle. And you can see my front and back don't match up, but that's no problem. I can just trim it. Let's see, is this getting dry? Yeah. You could just hang this with a piece of jute too. It doesn't have to, it does not have to be anything beaded. Which is what I opted for. And this is the one that is completed that I have been working on. This one I left stripes, which I just used painter's tape. And this one is dusk and celery. I did not have the bottle of Pool. I bought that yesterday. Oh, and this is the one that I've just been fiddling around with. These are some stencils from MagnoliaDIY.com. This is Ballet Slipper or Baby Pink or something like that. Waverly, this is Maize, M-A-I-Z-E, and this is, I can't remember what the screen is called, but Celadon or something like that. They're all Waverly. And then I use white chalk paste, and it's pretty cute too. Okay, let's trim this, and then we will stuff it. We'll close it up, and then we will make a bow with my bow dabra. So I opted for blue and green just for something different, but you could certainly do this project in whatever your decor colors are or whatever, you know, looks good to you. You don't have to do yours the same as mine. And while I'm trimming this up, let me tell you about the canvas deck. So I most recently purchased my canvas deck at Hobby Lobby when they had a 30 or 40% off fabric thing going on. I always get the thickest canvas deck that I can find. I do not wash it, because if you wash it, then you lose everything that is wonderful about it. It will be wrinkly. It will be a little bit thinner, and you want this fabric to be nice and stiff. I do generally give it a quick iron before I craft with it, because it will have tons of fold lines in it. Anyways, you can buy canvas deck at any fabric store. Sometimes if you have a Walmart that has a fabric department, they'll have it. Hobby Lobby, Amazon. Just trimming. This is kind of messy around this edge here. Okay. And I could come back and put all kinds of more dots and doodads and stuff on it if I wanted. Okay, let's stuff it, and then we'll make a bow, and we'll finish it up. Christine says she loves it when I do these stuffies. I do too. You know what I feel like? Stuffies allow you to really do your own thing, whatever shape you want. You can paint them, stencil them, do doodly-doos, and squiggles and all kinds of stuff like that. And it is a super affordable project. Oh my gosh. I probably have not even $1 worth of canvas deck into this project. 25 cents worth of paint. Maybe $1 worth of this stuff and fluff, which I like the polyfill that it's polyfill. Oh, I didn't flip my camera. Darn. I'm so sorry. I forgot. Well, I'm not going to. Or maybe I did. I don't know. I can't tell. Polyfill, Crafter's Choice, dry polyester packing, fiber fill. And I like the one that says ideal for doll making because it's stiffer. So that's what I generally try to get. And I usually get mine at Walmart in their fabric department. But they have it everywhere. So, and with your stuffing, some people like their stuffies super full. Some people like them just a little full, but mostly kind of flat. It's totally personal preference, whatever you like. Let's say that's generally enough. Just filling it. Looks like I've got it pretty much everywhere. Okay, and then I'm going to glue this closed. I will tell you that as much as I love this color combination, it was kind of challenging to figure out what ribbon to use. So I just used what I had on hand, but if you don't like what I had on hand, I'm sure if you went to someplace like Hobby Lobby, they have 10 zillion different kinds of ribbon. You could find something that you would like there. Okay, now let's use my little Bodabra, which if you want a link to this, I purchased mine on Amazon. Let me know. This is the mini, which I keep saying I'm going to get a bigger one, and I just have not done that yet. This one does really honestly seem to work. So I cut some of that cording, and I'm going to lay it right here across this part. And then these are the ribbons that I'm using. Oh, and I'm going to use some torn canvas duck, so let me get that out. This will match with the back. Okay, so I had this. I don't know where it came from. It's been in my ribbon stash for a long time. I'm going to do 2 pieces of that. Dovetail the ends of it right now before I do anything else. That's just the easiest way to do it. Thank you, Lena. She says she loves my design. You know, these are probably more traditional Easter colors, but I just felt like doing something different. And this blue and green were, I don't know, calling my name. This ribbon right here, I'm pretty sure I got at Dollar Tree a few years ago. It's not super great quality, but it works okay. And it's the right color. Three pieces of my torn canvas deck, and I'm just fringing up the edges and the ends. Okay, so with this little gadget here, oops, what you're going to do basically is you're just going to stick your bow, your ribbon pieces, through the center, and then press them out how you want them. It's great for making stacked bows, which is what this style is. Okay. Let's just put some little pieces of this in here. These don't have a front or back, so it doesn't matter really how you lay them in there. I did 3 pieces of the canvas, torn canvas stack. And I'm just going to tie this little gold cord around the center of it. Knot. Here's my little stacked bow. We'll fiddle with that. Just a second, I'm going to do another knot on the back. This is so simple and the results are so quick. And also it's super affordable. It's like making something out of nothing, really, is how I kind of feel about it. And making something pretty darn cute. Okay, now I'm just gonna fluff my ribbons out a little bit. Come back with some hot glue and tack it down anywhere that I feel like it needs to be tacked down. I'm going to use another piece of this to cover up that gold. Just going to leave it on the back. Could add a piece of bling, a button, absolutely whatever you might like. And there it is. Isn't that cute? And then I like generally to put things off center. So I would probably put this like right here or right here, but you could put it at the very top if you wanted. I think I'm going to do it right there. On this one I did something very similar. I did it a little bit lower because I did it at the line of the stripe. And then remember, this one was with white canvas duck. This one here has the creamy oatmeal-y color canvas duck. Tack the bow down underneath just a little bit. I don't know if I forgot anything. But I think it turned out pretty cute. What do you think? What colors, if you were doing this, what colors would you do? You can see how different they look based on what I did with dots, and this one had bigger pouncer brush dots, and it had a lot more design on it. I could come back and add more to this one if I wanted, but I think it's pretty cute. What do you guys think? If you're gonna do it or put your spin on it, I of course would love to see your pictures. You can drop those here. You can put them over at Dreamy DIY, which is the group that I have for us to share photos of our craft projects. So let me know what you think. Feel free to sprinkle, do a this or a this. That's a heart. Let me know if you would like my supply list, and I will make sure that I include what the names of all these are. A link for my Bodabra from Amazon if you're interested. I'll get you a link for the pins because they make all the difference in the world. All of that info. Anyways, hope that you have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys later.